Hello YouTube, this is Sandy with the Hourglass Life, and I'm coming to bring you a classic Louisiana dish, and that is red beans and rice with smoked sausage. Now I have here a half a pound of red beans. They're sold in 1 pound bags, but they reduced the serving size. I would only need a half a pound. Also have smoked sausage cut into 2-ounce servings. That way, when we're serving it, we already know how much smoked sausage that we have. I have a yellow onion, green and red bell peppers, and celery. The first thing you want to do is pick your beans, and what I mean by that is you want to remove any rotten beans or any particles. And to do that, you would just spread the beans on a clean surface and just, kind of finger through them and look and turn them over just to see if there are any rotten beans or any particles. The next step will be to go ahead on and chop up your vegetables, and I'm going to do that as well as wash my beans. Also, over here on my stove, I've already started boiling up my water. I have about a half a pot of water, so I've already got that started. So let's get started for this delicious and very, very healthy dish. As you know, beans are packed with fiber and protein. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is wash our beans. And we're just basically going to take them and run them out under cool water. Give them a little rub. And that's basically it to get our beans washed. And give them a little shake. And then we're going to take them right over here to the stove. I already have boiling water. Let's go ahead and dump them in. Now, you're going to need at least 2 hours. Well, I would say give it 2 hours for this dish. It's not a dish that cooks very fast. So you want to allow at least 2 hours for this dish to cook. Okay? So next, while I've started the beans already, I'm going to go ahead on and chop up my vegetables, which is my celery, onions, red and green bell peppers. Okay, so let's get started. I have my yellow onion here. I went on and kind of cut them in half, and now I'm just going to go over them. A rough chop definitely for the way I like my beans, because it's going to boil anyway with the beans, and I don't want it to be where I can't even taste the vegetables. So I'm a fan of onions. The next thing will be the celery. Again, another rough chop. Love the leafy part. Lots of flavor. Our final ingredient is our red and green bell pepper. And I'm going to just take this, and again, it's a little rough chop. Cut it into strips first. I gather it up. And I kind of gather it up and just go straight across and give it a nice rough chop. Hubby is so much better at cutting up the seasonings and the vegetables than I am. First thing he does is sharpen the knife. I don't sharpen the knife, I just get to cutting. Okay, so when I say red beans and rice is a staple in our home, it is. As you can see, these containers are not just for decoration. Now, we're over here at the stove. Okay, and here are our red beans with the seasoning in it, and it is chopped pretty big. Now, if you don't like your season chopped this big, you can, of course, cut it smaller, and you don't have to put as much. But I love my beans packed with flavor because it's going to reduce. So we have the bell peppers, the onions, and the celery. And I know you can imagine how my house smells right now. It smells just delicious up in here. Now we're going to add our final ingredient, which is our smoked sausage. Now, it's up to you. You could put a turkey sausage, but this is just regular smoked sausage. I already, like I said, cut them into servings. You can slice it thin, you know, any way you want. You can use a turkey sausage. You can use andouille sausage. But this is just a regular favorite sausage of mine that I love. And I love to put in my beans. And that, of course, is Mandel smoked sausage. Okay, you just go ahead and stir that real good. Like I said, it's going to take about a good 2 hours to cook. And then what you're going to do is go ahead on and cover it with the top, stirring it occasionally. Okay, so our beans are beginning to boil. So when they start boiling, that is when we're going to go ahead and put a top over it. Just give it a good stir. And what I'm going to start off with before I put the lid on the beans is a little Cajun seasoning. I'm not going to put much. Just going to go over it with a little Cajun seasoning. Because you want to wait until they cook a while. Because wow, one moment, got my lens. Because the smoked sausage will also flavor the beans. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead on and put my top on it. And that's going to cook for a good 2 hours, but I'm going to come back, I'll say every 15 to 20 minutes and give it a nice stir. Okay guys, our beans are now done. You know they're done when the beans are tender and it's like a gravy texture. So that's where we are now. So sorry, it keeps fogging up. I'm trying to get a little too close here. So now the next thing, I already have my rice cooked over here. You can barely see the rice, but the rice is cooked. So now it's just time to serve it and plate it up. And just in time, because everyone is asking me, are the beans ready? And that's the beans. Okay, guys. Okay, YouTube, here's the finished results. Our red beans are done and ready to eat. Enjoy.